Okay.
Okay, we're good.
So we want to record.
It was recording, but the volume wasn't recording. Testing. See, there it go.
All that was not recorded?
Not the volume, nope.
I'm gonna be doing like the Chinese people on the karate videos. But for all those who are unaware of the laws, who are unlearned in the laws, this is a great lesson for you. If all those who go to church and believe because the pastor or someone told you that we don't have to follow the law, this is a great lesson because I want you to ask yourself, well, what's wrong with the laws? If we found these laws, how much better would our households be and our community and the whole world? So let's start. Deuteronomy chapter 6 and read verse 4 through 7. I put the law, but it's really, the law. We're revisiting the law. So for those who've been begging me to do a beginner's class, this is it. Because like I'm saying, all we talk about the laws, statutes, commandments, and people ask all the time, well, what laws I got to follow? Right? So we're going to break it down to you today through the Spirit of the Most High. The law. We're going to start in verse 4, read through verse 7. Now, when it starts off this way, this is what we just did when we sung the Credo or the Shema. The Most High is saying this for a reason. There's many gods. It might be shocking for a lot of people, but the Bible says there's many gods. Okay? There's only one true one. Let's read.
Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 4. Hear, O Israel, Ahayah our God is one.
So Ahayah our God is one. He's not three into one. He's one. The people that Moses is speaking to are the Israelites. The Most High, Ahayah, God Almighty, creator of everything, proclaimed to be the God of the Hebrews. So the Israelites are being reminded, coming out of Egypt, where they serve many gods. Like, we don't serve many gods. Our God is one, Ahayah. Okay? So, let's get it.
And thou shalt love Ahayah thy God with all thine heart.
The first commandment, we must love the Most High with all our hearts.
And with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And these words, which I command thee this day, shall be in thine heart. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children.
See, keep reading.
And shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up.
See, that's the commandment. All the words that we learn from the Most High, we're commanded to teach our children. It goes further and talks about this should be your way of life. This should be what's on your mind, the Most High. Your thought process must be in heaven. It must be spiritual. So when you make decisions, you use the law, the counsel of the Most High God, to make your decisions. When you're faced with a decision on what you do every day, all day long, it must be approved by the Most High God. Because the Bible says that, all things are right to a man. But we must ask ourselves, is this approved by the Most High God? That's what it's saying. And to raise our children and our families, our households, under the counsel of the Most High God. That's a commandment. That's why he says his people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge of him. Because we forgot him and discontinued teaching our children. And it's deeper than it's teaching your children the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. We must show them an example of what it is to be a servant of the Most High God. First, our actions and how we speak must be in harmony with the words of the Most High God. Because we can't be a teacher and not a doer of the word. Okay? That's called hypocrisy. And there's judgment for that. Okay? Next precept. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 12 through 13.
Verse 12. Then beware, lest thou forget the Most High, which brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage.
See, he says, beware. If you don't do these things, if you don't keep these laws and teach your children, you will forget. So he's warning us, beware, lest ye forget. 3.
Thou shalt fear Ahayah thy God, and serve him, and shalt swear by his name.
Now, many people say that we're not supposed to swear by the Most High's name. That's not true. We're going to break this down. We're supposed to swear by the Most High name. Okay? It says, we are to fear the Most High God. See, to fear something, you must know it or understand it. Mm-hmm. That's what's lacking in our communities, in our households, in our world today. The knowledge of the true God was lost. So we forgot our God. So our people operate without fear. Fear. So a lot of people live their life, whole life, not fearing the consequences of their actions. The Bible says that after life is death, and then the judgment. So when you die, you await judgment. Judgment of what? How you operated through the course of your life compared to the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High God. Okay? Read.
To the next precept. The next precept, the book of Psalms, chapter 63 and verse 11.
We're going to get into that swearing by his name in a minute. Right now, as a matter of fact. Psalm 63, verse 11. Junior, you're too loud. Let's get it.
And it reads, but the king shall rejoice in God. Everyone that sweareth by him shall glory. But the mouth of them that speak lies shall be stopped.
See, that's the difference. Everyone that swears by the Most High. What does swear mean? Taking an oath, making a vow. Okay? The Most High took an oath concerning his children. We are commanded to take an oath as well. See, before I got baptized, I made an oath to the Most High, and I promised him to allow me to prove myself not a liar unto him. Give me grace. That means let me live low enough that I can prove myself to you, that I will be obedient. So all those who swear by the Most High should rejoice, right? Should glory. So it's not saying we can't swear, but what is it talking about? Those who speak lies, who don't uphold their vow to the Most High. That's what we cannot do. We can't lie to the Most High God. We can't promise him something and don't come through with it. He's not a God that accepts excuses. He didn't create anything. There's nothing in this world that exists. Not one thing that exists that prevents mankind from being obedient to the Most High God. Not one thing. Not even Satan himself. The thing that prevents mankind from being obedient to the Most High is love of self. That's why it says you must love the Most High All you got. Put him over yourself. And there's nothing that you can't do according to his law. Okay? Next precept.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 23. Verse 45. Salakia. Chapter 45 and verse 23, the book of Isaiah.
See, that's why it's very important. It is hard for the unlearned because you can't go precept on precept. That's why you must study yourself to be approved before the Most High God. You must seek his word, read his word diligently, and pray for understanding. Because how you learn the Most High is through reading. And there's things you understand, then there's precepts that explains what you're lacking. Right? So to answer the question about is it lawful to swear, we're going to precepts showing you that it's lawful to swear to the Most High. This is what the Most High God says itself right here. Read.
And it reads, I have sworn by myself.
See, there's nothing higher than the Most High, so he has to swear by himself, to himself. Read.
The word is gone out of my mouth in righteousness, and shall not return, that unto me every knee shall bow, every tongue shall swear.
See, every knee shall bow, and every tongue shall swear. See? There will come a time when Most High make a new covenant with his people. Every tongue shall swear. Make an oath. Okay?
You got a word for
H 7650. Get that.
Okay.
Oh, that's just it's just saying what it is. But go to it anyway.
Okay.
It's saying it's an oath.
All right, almost got the word. In the meantime, the next precept is Ecclesiastes, chapter 5, verses 4 through 6.
Is this going off of my page?
Did you say?
Oh, you know what? This is going off of your page.
This one off the main page, isn't it?
Off the main page? I don't know. Is it?
You picked it up from there. It's on here. It's on there.
I got it on, got it on this page.
It's not on my page.
Because I looked for it on my page.
Ecclesiastes, chapter 5, verses 4 through 6.
Can you tag me or something?
Yeah. I think I did. You got a message? I think I sent it to you in a message. I can shoot a text to you. I got you. Okay, I got that word too. That word H7650 is Shabbat in the Hebrew, and it means properly to be complete. That is a swear, a juror charged by an oath or with an oath, to take an oath. So, to cause to,
Yeah.
to make to swear.
So how do I get this show off my page?
Just share it.
How? It's not even on my page. That's not.
Can you invite them? Tag them?
There you go.
So what's that? What you just do?
I just shared it.
Off my page?
Yeah, so it's coming from your page too. It's on everybody. It came from Sister Levi's page. So.
Okay. And let's go. I don't know. We Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 4 through 6.
And it reads, when thou vowest a vow unto God, defer not to pay it, for he hath no pleasure in fools.
So, oops, I clicked the thing.
You got this on the page.
No, I'm tomorrow. Oh, thank you. The water. I moved it a little bit. Okay. Read that again, please.
When thou vowest a vow unto God, defer not to pay it.
So it says defer. Hesitate not to pay. Do not hesitate to pay your vow. Okay? That's why when you deal with the Most High, be very careful. He's not one you want to be playing with. God would not be mocked by no angel or no man. So when you make a vow to the Most High, that's why it's very important. This was not even part of the lesson, but this came to me. This is why it's unlawful to baptize little children. Because when you get baptized, as I just stated before, as I did myself, I made a vow to the Most High. I'm a grown man, able to make adult decisions concerning my life. A child cannot do that. This is a contract that one enters into with the Most High concerning their soul. So a child is not prepared for that. Okay? The Messiah himself was 30 when he got baptized. Not saying that's the age of the Most High, but one must be able to make a logical decision with their life before they get baptized. Want to get baptized. Okay? This is why. Read.
For he hath no pleasure in fools.
None. The guy that loves so much has no pleasure in fools. Fools are ones who do foolish things, who don't keep his laws and commandments, nor keep their word. Read.
Pay that which thou hast vowed. Better it is that thou shouldest not vow than that thou shouldest vow and not pay.
Why?
Suffer not thy mouth to cause thy flesh to sin. Neither say thou before the angel that it was an error. Wherefore should God be angry at thy voice and destroy the work of thine hands?
See? Do not allow your mouth to bring you into judgment, because the angel will not pardon your error. Okay? You will be destroyed for not keeping your vow. If you fast, do not break your fast, because that's a vow. If you can't afflict your soul for the time that you promised the Most High that you're going to do it, I advise you not to fast at all. If you can't do whatever it is that your mind may say and uphold it, the Most High said it's best that you not vow at all. Suffer not your mouth to lead you to destruction. Okay? Next precept.
The next precept, the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, verses 14 through 16.
We're going to stay a lot in the book of Deuteronomy, so you might want to hold hold that chapter 6. We're going to go through the law in the book of Deuteronomy. My face is what?
Deuteronomy chapter 6, 14 through 16.
I'm looking right at myself.
It is.
Bill, how can you? Am I blocked?
I see your face a little bit. I think it's from when you kicked it. 1 second.
And then mine stopped or something. This one. Wow. Huh? I'm looking at myself. Oh, I see what you're saying. The camera is blocking me. There we go. Now you're gonna block yourself.
My block man is just blocking this thing. That's why I have it off to the side.
Okay, so when this says her name, is this my page or her page?
It's just the last page.
I'm on my page now. Is it off of my page too? But I'm on my page and I got her on there. I'm like, what's going? Right, so it's on. Okay. That ain't blocking me again.
Your face is
Probably not technical difficulties right here.
That's way off now. Says this one's way off now.
Are we good now? Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. Where we at?
Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 14. And it reads, Ye shall not go after others' gods, of the gods of the people which are round about you.
Now, the Most High commanded our foreparents that when they go into the land to possess it, not to follow after the religions of the other people. And I'm going to read something to you. But this is what our people don't understand today. Concerning the prophecies of God's people coming over to the Americas in slave ships, and our brethren, the northern kingdom, who departed from the land of Israel in about 721 BC. Right? This was prophesied. So we must take the heed what I'm about to say. This is what we're not understanding that's going on today when it comes to these religions. Most High just warned our people not to follow after religions. When it said other gods, with other religions. Because other religions are serving other gods, not the creator of the heavens and the earth. Okay? So in Deuteronomy 28, verse 63 says, And it shall come to pass that as Ahayah rejoiced over you, to do you good, and to multiply you, so Ahayah will rejoice over to you to destroy you. See, this is the true God. He will rejoice over destroying the wicked, and to bring you to naught, and ye shall be plucked from off the land whither thou goest to possess it. This happened. We're not in the land of Israel anymore. Okay? It says, verse 64, And Ahayah shall scatter thee among all people. So now we're off our land, scattered. That's why we're over in the Americas, over there in the islands, different lands, all through the four corners of the earth, among all people who were already serving other gods. The Most High didn't give his laws to no other nation. Read Psalms 147, verse 19 to 20. You read that. So only these people had his laws. So wherever we went, they didn't have his laws, so they were serving other gods. Make sense? So let's get it. And Ahayah shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth even into the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods. Who gave us Christianity? Who gave us Islam? Matter of fact, I just watched a video a couple of days ago. I watched today from a couple of days ago. Louis Farrakhan is saying that he lied years ago, knowing the truth. He's saying that we are the true Israelites. And we got to find a way. No, my brother, you're right. You are an Israelite. We know we're Israelites. We ain't got to find a way. Most High always giving it to us. This is the way. Christ is the way. So what he needs to do is get out of that Arab God religion, because he's not an Arab. You've been a servant for years to Satan. Misled a lot of people knowing the truth, because you're a Freemason. And y'all know the true name of the Most High God is Ahayah. And you know who you are. So you need to put down, anybody who followed Louis Farrakhan or the religion of Islam, or whatever you want to call it, get out of it. There is not one prophet in the Bible from Ishmael, who is the father of the Arabs. They had been serving the Persian gods for a long time. Before Muhammad, they were serving these other gods. Brother, not right now. Thank you. Yeah, comment, raise your hand. Okay, but don't cut me off of that, okay? Thank you. Anyone who's following this religion, your leader just told you that you're an Israelite. And Israelites was given the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High God. So you have a responsibility. So let's just clarify, because these are the laws and commandments that you are commanded by blood to follow. No other nation. Now, other nations can serve the Most High God, because we're reading, as we read, you're going to read about Gentiles following the God of Israel. But we're not to serve other gods. Islam, Allah is not the Most High Ahayah. Allah is a lesser God. Okay? So get out of that wickedness. Even though it looks good, it's wicked. It's not of the Most High God. Okay? It says, 64, and Ahayah shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth even to the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. I just talked about the wood and stone. Christianity and Islam. And the last times will be the two greatest religions. When I say greatest, that means it's have the most members. There ain't nothing great about it. But their iniquity. Okay? That it promotes. And among these nations thou shalt find no ease. Neither should the sole of thy foot have rest. For Ahayah shall give thee there a trembling heart, and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of thy life. That's what the true Israelites will be going through in their land of captivity. They will not be owners of everything. They will not be owners of every network, of Hollywood, of everything that's all the resources on earth. His people would be servants, serving their enemies in want of all things. Okay? So, we're not, now we're over here, we're not to serve the gods that are oppressors, our slave masters. These Romans who changed their name to Europeans gave us. Now it's time to get back to our God Ahayah. Let's get these laws. Let's get it.
Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 15. For Ahayah thy God is a jealous God among you, lest the anger of Ahayah thy God be kindled against thee, and destroy thee from off the face of the earth.
So obviously, our foreparents angered the Most High by not doing what he said. Which is why we over here fulfilling all the prophecies of Deuteronomy 28. Okay? Because we're off the land. Next precept.
Verse 16.
Oh.
Ye shall not tempt Ahayah your God, as ye tempted him in Massah.
So we are not to tempt the Most High, as we did in Massah. Right? Let's read about what our foreparents did to tempt or anger the Most High God. Okay?
Next precept, the book of Exodus, chapter 17, verses 1 through 4. And it reads, and all the congregation of the children of Israel journeyed from the wilderness of Sin after their journeys, according to the commandment of the Most High, and pitched in Rephidim, and there was no water for the people to drink. Wherefore the people did chide with Moses, and said, give us water that we may drink.
So they strived against Moses. They fought, argued, complained against Moses.
And Moses said unto them, why chide ye with me? Wherefore do ye tempt the Most High? And the people thirsted there for water.
So how are they tempting the Most High? Right? The answer is they're a generation of people with no faith. He just did miraculous things while they was in the land of Egypt and coming out of Egypt. So all things the Most High have done in Egypt, you should have understanding that that's pretty much nothing the Most High can't do. Because what he did, they have never seen happen before. Right? But they had quick amnesia. And now because they're thirsty and hungry, they're doubting the Most High ability to feed them in the desert or give them drink in the desert. Right? See, we must have faith in the Most High. Believe on him. Okay? Read.
And the people, where we at, verse 3. And the people thirsted there for water, and the people murmured against Moses, and said, wherefore is this that thou hast brought us up out of Egypt, to kill us and our children and our cattle with thirst? And Moses cried unto the Most High, saying, what shall I do unto this people? They be almost ready to stone me.
See? Our foreparents, a stiff-necked people, a people of little faith. Right? A people that love servitude. Okay? Next precept.
Back to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, verses 17 through 25.
Just getting you a little background on our people and some things before we get into the law. Okay? So, concerning the doctrine or the philosophy that it don't matter if we keep his laws or his laws are done away with, or it don't matter who you are. Listen to the Most High and ask yourself, does it matter? Okay? Does it matter that these people keep his laws? Read.
Verse 17. Ye shall diligently keep the commandments of Ahayah your God, and his testimonies, and his statutes which he hath commanded thee.
See? The Most High said that we must diligently keep these laws. Okay? Read.
And thou shalt do that which is right and good in the sight of the Most High.
So we must do only the thing that's right and good in the sight of the Most High. Not what's good in the sight of man's eye. Or to man's liking or man's thinking. See, the law shows us what's good and acceptable to the Most High. That's why it's important to learn His laws, statutes, and commandments, and do them.
And thou shalt do that which is right in the sight of the Most High, that it may be well with thee.
See, there's a circumstance, there's a promise behind it. If you do these things, it'll be well with you. What are you talking about? If you do His law, judgment is not for you. It ain't talking about you can have a prosperous life and all that stuff. Nah. What it's talking about is in the end, when it comes to the conclusion of the matter, if you keep His laws, statutes, and commandments, the Most High is a faithful, righteous God. He promised you it'll go well with you. Because judgment is only for the disobedient or wicked. The kingdom of God and all the promises of the Most High and the blessings are promised to the righteous. Okay? Now, don't get what I say about the promises, because there's promises in the Bible concerning the Israelites. But there's also promises that go to the Gentiles. The Gentiles will be in an awesome world, serving an awesome God. Notice I said serving an awesome God. For we all should be servants of the Most High God. But there is a promise to the Israelites, a kingdom, an immortality, a righteous kingdom. The Gentiles will be in their kingdom serving an awesome God and an awesome Lord, the Messiah, Yahshua. Okay?
That it may be well with thee, and that thou mayest go in and possess the good land which Ahayah sware unto thy fathers, to cast out all thine enemies from before thee, as Ahayah hath spoken.
Sorry about that. The land over there right now, it does not belong to the Jewish people or the Edomites. It belongs to the children of Israel. Because our forefathers were disobedient, as we just read, He kicked us off our land and scattered us one end of the earth into the other, but not in our own land. So it was vacant. And the Edomites, your Romans, the Greeks, that's what they really are. Dwells in our land. It's not their land, and they really know it. Okay? But they'll be coming off soon. Okay? Don't worry. Hold tight. The Most High will destroy Israel and refine it with fire before the true Israelites return home, according to prophecy. Okay? Because the prophecy is not that the Israelites will be granted permission by a government in 1948 and return to Israel. The prophecy states that the Messiah will take His people back to their own land. That hasn't happened yet, so go figure. All right? Ponder on that for a while. But let's go.
Verse 20. And when thy son asketh thee in time to come, saying, What mean the testimonies and the statutes and the judgments which Ahayah our God hath commanded you?
See, this is commandment. See, for your child to ask you what does it mean how you operate, that means you must be doing it. So when my son asks me about these holy days, and I'm supposed to tell my son what happened way back in Egypt, because we're the same people, under the same God. This is history, true history. It's not history, this is history. The history of the Israelites. What our God has done for us. We must teach our children what our God has done for us so they can build faith and trust in our God. And not go after the gods of the nations or the ideology of the nations. Read.
Verse 21. Then thou shalt say unto thy son, We were Pharaoh's bondmen in Egypt, and the Most High brought us out of Egypt with a mighty hand. And Ahayah showed signs and wonders great and sore.
See, we must be able to explain the great signs and wonders to our children that the Most High have done for us. Because our time is coming. Our time is here. Where he would do the same on a global scale. Okay? Read.
And Ahayah showed signs and wonders, great and sore, upon Egypt, upon Pharaoh, and upon all his household, before our eyes. And he brought us out from thence, that he might bring us in to give us the land which he sware unto our fathers. And Ahayah commanded us to do all these statutes, to fear Ahayah our God, for our good always, that he might preserve us alive. And it is at this day, and it shall be our righteousness, if we observe to do all these commandments before Ahayah our God.
See how it matters? If we keep these laws and commandments, we part of the remnant that make it. But I want to read something, because I just made a comment about our time, right? Because our foreparents came out of the land of Egypt. Listen to the prophecy concerning us, right? Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 14 reads, Therefore, behold, the days come, says Ahayah, that it should no more be said, Ahayah liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But Ahayah liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north. And from all the lands whither he had driven them. And I will bring them again into their own, into their land that I gave to their fathers. See? Prophecy. So, if it's time coming real soon where the Messiah will bring us back home from all the four corners of the earth. Not the government, the Most High, through his Son. Okay? Read.
Can I get 25?
No, read it.
And it shall be our righteousness, if we observe to do all these commandments before the Most High our God, as he hath commanded us.
Like our father Abraham, it be counted to us as righteousness if we are obedient to the laws and commandments, and we will save our souls by doing so. Next precept, Deuteronomy chapter 5. Now let's get into the law.
Chapter 5, verse 1. And it reads, And Moses called all Israel, and said unto them, Hear, O Israel, the statutes and judgments which I speak in your ears this day, that ye may learn them, and keep them, and do them.
And listen again, who the Most High is talking to. The whole congregation of Israel. But listen to the importance. It says in verse 1, that we may learn them. So you can't do something that you haven't learned. You just understand why you're doing it. Okay? And how to operate. Keep means protect them. Don't let them go. And do them. So it's very important. This is something that will never go away. So I say again, anybody that tell you the laws are done away with, they're lying. You say the truth ain't in them. Because this matters. Your soul, for your soul's sake. You're talking about some salvation. This is salvation. There's no salvation without keeping his laws and commandments. And that goes for any nation. Not just Israelites. Okay? Anyone that does not keep his laws and commandments will be destroyed. Read.
The Most High our God made a covenant with us in Horeb.
He made a contract with us. A contract. A covenant is a contract, an agreement. Read.
The Most High made not this covenant with our fathers, but with us, even us, who are all of here alive this day. And the Most High talked with you face to face in the mount, out of the midst of the fire. I stood between the Lord and you at that time, to show you the word of the Lord for the For ye were afraid by reason of the fire, and went not up into the mount, saying, I am Ahayah thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Put nothing before the Most High. Right?
Thou shalt not make thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the waters beneath the earth.
So idolatry is against the law. That includes your Jesus pieces, your crosses, your Buddhas, your little crescent moon with the star. All that stuff is idolatry. Just make nothing in the likeness that's of what's in heaven. Okay? The Messiah is in heaven. So, one thing about Satan's temples, or Satan's whorehouses, which y'all call churches, one thing you will see for the most part, and there's a couple of churches who's cunning, more cunning than others, is idolatry. Okay? Idolatry. You will see symbols, graven images all throughout those buildings, outside and inside the buildings. You ride down the street, you see a big old cross. You see a big old cross, you see a big old phallic symbol. That's tall, straight, phallic symbol. Don't want to get too graphic, but you know what I'm talking about. They got one on the Washington Monument, right there. You see it every time you turn on, they put a picture of Washington, D.C., that big old long thing. That's a phallic symbol. Look up the definition of what that means. Okay? Idolatry. Okay? Read.
Thou shalt not bow down, Slack it, verse
You're right.
8.
No, you're right.
Verse 8. Okay.
Thou shalt not bow down thyself unto them.
I think I'm on 8.
No, you read 8.
I got 7, Slack. I got 7. Thou shalt not make thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the waters beneath the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself unto them, nor serve them. For I, Ahayah thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
When it says you hate him, that means you despise his law. Anyone that does not keep his laws, 7 commandments, the Most High said that you despise his law, you despise him, and you hate him. Whether you believe in your heart that you hate him or not, it does not matter. The Most High said you hate him. Okay? And therefore he hates you. He said this will be a perpetual curse throughout generations and generations, the third, the fourth, and they keep doing it, it continues. Obviously, because we're the product of this continuation. Okay? For our fathers' iniquity, they taught us how to sin. Read.
And showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments.
He shows his mercy that God loves. He shows his mercy to those who keep his law, statutes, and commandments. His compassion. He said that, not me. Next precept.
The book of Psalms, chapter 96, verses 4 and 5.
It's the reason why he hates idolatry. Okay? We're going to get into it.
Psalms 96, verses 4 and 5.
I got a question. Is that the same thing goes for like when the priest when they kiss his ring? Is that the same kind
That's
of-
idolatry. You're worshiping a man.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to kiss him. Yeah. No. They're giving more homage to that man than they are to the Most High God.
Yes.
You know? So, and brother, you had a question.
When you was speaking about the Muslims, honorable life of him, and all them, so in other words, that religion is false.
False.
So, they got everybody that's believing in them. False religion.
Now check it out. Let me show you how harmful it is with Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm X and Farrakhan. How destructive they have been to our people. No matter what you think of them, let's look at this. It's a contradiction to say you're a Muslim and you're Israelite. See what I'm saying? That's two different nations. That's like the Bible going to show you that all nations serve other gods. The Israelites are under a covenant of the God of the Hebrews. Ishmael is our brother. Ishmael is the older brother of our father Jacob.
Isaac.
I mean Isaac. Jacob was his father. No.
Son.
That's the son. Yeah. I'm tripping. Ishmael went off and served other gods. Right? Then lied. His son, his great grandchildren, Muhammad, lied and said that he was a prophet that Moses was talking about. The prophet Moses was talking about was a Messiah. They even said it. Look, we have found him who Moses was talking about. Who the Bible speaks about. Bible never said anything about an Arab, nothing.
They ain't said nothing about Elijah Muhammad either.
No. He's a false prophet. And the thing about that, if you look at it, they have to give him a name to teach generations to respect him. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad. You have to say he's honorable for people to believe he's honorable. But he has not prophesied one thing that did come out of the Bible. But to call yourself a Muslim is contrary to what our people really is by blood. See, Israelites, again, is not a religion. It's who you are. It's a nation. Mm-hmm. These are actual children who come from the stock of Jacob. Yes.
And plus, you got people that believe in getting them killed.
Yes.
Believing in the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, believing in his religion, and they die in his day because of that religion.
These two religions, my brother, have killed more people than anybody. Christianity killed, and Islam has killed everybody. For real. So they never served the God of the Hebrews. So they're about to do it again. But here's the thing I'm trying to say. The reason why I say it's contrary. Here's an Israelite. No, actually, he's not an Israelite. Farrakhan's not an Israelite. His father is an Edomite. So he's actually a Gentile. Mm. His mother's, but his father is. Matter of fact, I got a picture of his father. Hold on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got a picture of his father.
I don't think that's him.
You don't think it's father?
Because I looked it up. It wasn't the same hand when I went to Wikipedia.
Well, if his father is Edomite, he's not an Israelite. If his father is look like me, he's an Israelite. But back to the story. I was informed that his father was an Edomite, so I could have been lied to. I didn't do the research, so I shouldn't have said that. But here's the thing. All these years, these Israelites have been going to these services. Not once have they been going or been informed of who they are and their responsibility. Like, for example, I quoted it. I said, look it up, but I'm going to read it for you. Farrakhan should have said, read this to him. He showed his word unto Jacob. Psalms 147, verse 19. His statutes and his judgment to Israel. We're reading it right now. Okay? He have not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgment, they have not known them. Praise ye Ahayah. So Farrakhan should have been telling these Israelites, Junior, we're in Bible class. Cut it out. So Farrakhan should have all these years been telling these people that they are the people of God, the chosen people of the Most High, and they have to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments. And it should have been teaching them the laws, statutes, and commandments. Because right here, same book we in, we just passed it. No, we didn't. But instead of him leading us off into an Arabic God, he should have said, the Most High said, you are a holy people. It means a separate people from all nations. For thou art a holy people unto Ahayah thy God. See, Ahayah thy God. Ahayah thy God has chosen thee. Ahayah has chosen thee to be a special people, not a Muslim, unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So, you should have told them that they are the people of promise, that their descendants, they are the descendants of the people of the Bible, the people of the covenants of the Most High, and should have never taught a doctrine, of hatred. Regardless of what he want to say. I know some Muslims, and they don't believe in the commandments of the Most High God. Okay? Farrakhan had basically built himself a small army. That's what they are. His small army. But he has not brought them back to their God. All these years. He's 84 years old now. He know he has a judgment. But he still feared men. Even though he's been dropping little Jews, he said last year something about Christ being a person of my skin color and not the one of that skin color. Okay? There's no way Farrakhan has operated all these years as a Freemason, because he's really a Freemason. So he feared them more than he feared the Most High God. But he has not brought the children of Israel back to the God of their fathers. I'm going to leave it at that. Next precept.
Psalms chapter 96, verse 4. For Ahayah is great and greatly to be praised. He is to be feared above all gods.
See, I told you. The Bible teaches that there's more gods than the Most High. The gods of this world are the fallen angels that fell with Satan, whose ruler, all these gods, their ruler is Satan, Lucifer. So the Most High is to be feared above all gods. Okay, read.
For all the gods of the nations are idols.
See, all the gods of the nations. So when you go to all these other religions, you see their idols. Look up Buddha. Buddhism, how you say it?
Khan.
Buddhism. What do you see? A little fat idol. Right? No offense to people who's overweight, but if you're a God, I would hope you can work out a little bit. You know what I mean? But seriously, don't laugh at me. Christianity. You got the little pale-faced dude looking all frail. Christ was not a Roman, and he was an Israelite. And the Bible says that his people be a little stronger than other people. He was a carpenter too, so I can imagine Christ had a little, something on him. He wasn't that little frail dude that you see, hanging up with his neck twisted to the side, as sister laughing about. But you see, they're idols. The Bible never told us to reverence Mary. The Bible never told us to reverence baby Jesus. The Bible never told us to reverence any man outside of the Messiah. Okay? Yes.
What color did they say Jesus was?
The Bible? You say who they say. I'm going to tell you what Christ, what the Most High say. Okay? It says, Revelation chapter 1, verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wood. Kind of like yours, my brother. A little white afro you got going on. Yeah. As white as snow. That don't mean his face, his hair. Right? And his eyes were as a flame of fire. And his feet like unto fine brass. Fine brass. Okay? It gets deeper though. Make sure that you don't get it mistaken. Right? For those who understand what brass is like a penny. Okay? But check this out though. Not only was he the color of fine brass, he been cooked for a while in the sun. It says, as if they burned in a furnace. So the brother was darker than me. So that's a big contrary to C.J. Bajur, the Roman, and Yasha, the Israelite. Okay, big contrast. But let's go. See, the Bible says what he looked like. But the world portrays something different. Let's get it.
Psalms 96 and verse 5. For all the gods of the nations are idols, but Ahayah made the heavens.
See, our God made the heavens. The nation gods are idols. Okay? So, that's how mankind, because mankind loves to worship the creation, the physical. So the fallen angels know that, so they have them, carve with their hands an idol. Mm-hmm. Golden calf, just, same God, but, a bull, a dog,
A cross,
snake, a cross,
an ankh, like stuff like
all
that.
that stuff. They love, fish.
Mm-hmm.
You see idolatry, flee from it. Because the Bible is telling you what they do. So the Most High is giving you what to look for. The gods of the nation. He said that you didn't know this, nor your father knew of this. Our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, did not worship idols. Okay? The 12 patriarchal sons fathers did not worship idols. They knew nothing about no crosses, none of that. No fishes, none of that. But we'll come into this land and know all about it. Next precept.
Next precept, the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 10, and verse 20.
So it's deeper than this idol, because some people may say, well, I got a cross, but I don't bow down to it. Okay? Right? But the Most High is showing you what's behind the idols. Read.
And it reads, but I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils.
See, they sacrifice to devils. So your little Virgin Mary, your little baby Jesus, even your Jesus on the wall of the church, and the ones in your houses, are idols representing devils. Because Most High never told you to put no little image of his so-called, son nowhere. You don't know how he looked, but we know what color he is. Right? But let's go.
And not to God, and I would not that ye should have fellowship with devils.
So if we are serving the religions of the nations, we're serving devils. Get it? The connection, idols, and devils. Okay? Words of the Most High. Next precept.
Next precept, the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 5, and verse 11.
Okay. So, what's tied into these idols and these religions? Okay? Ceremonies. Right? So, when we're serving the gods of the nations, we're also under the the spell of their ceremonies. Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, Halloween, harvest god of month, all that stuff we call it, all that stuff. I said Easter, didn't I? I said Easter. Easter, Valentine's Day, Daddy's Day, Mama's Day, Best Friend Day, birthdays. All those things are not of the Most High. They're not in the Bible. It's what the nation's been doing forever because they serve devils. And because we're over here in their land, we think that we're doing something that's right. But they always been doing this. They was the Gentiles have been having birthday parties forever. You cannot find one time in the Bible an Israelite celebrating himself. Not one time. Okay? So, let's get it.
Deuteronomy chapter 5 and verse 11. Wait, is that right? Yep. Thou shalt not take the name of Ahayah thy God in vain, for the Most High will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain.
We're going to get what taking his name in vain means, right? Exodus chapter 23, verse 1. So I hope this is will be an edifying lesson for those who are interested in the law. Right? What to do and what not to do. So how to operate within the law. Because Most High said that these things he said tell us to do are not hard. Right? And for those who like to use Paul and say these laws are done away with, Paul says, so do we make the law void? Because we're in the grace? He says, no. God forbid. Read.
Thou shalt not raise a false report.
So that's taking his name in vain, making a false report. Read.
Put not thine hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness.
You get it? I see you do something, brother, and I know the truth. But I swear, to the Most High that you didn't do it. That's taking his name in vain. Okay? Bearing a false report under the name of the Most High. Next precept. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 12. How else can we take the Most High name in vain? See, swearing and in vain are similar. They're the same. Let's get it.
And it reads, And ye shall not swear by my name falsely, neither shalt thou profane the name of thy God. I am Ahayah.
So, now, take his name in vain. It's deeper. Should not swear by his name falsely, nor should we profane his name. Right? How can we profane the Most High's name today? How did our foreparents profane his name? He said all through the Bible that they profaned his name. That's why we open up in the Lord's Prayer, we says, what? Hallowed be thy name. Right? We have to clean his name up because it's been muddy. It's been made dirty. It's been slandered. It's been lied on. He gave us these laws and commandments. Right? If we profess to be a servant of the Most High God, a representative of the Most High God, but do not live it, we profane the Most High God's name. Get it? That's taking his name in vain as well. Right? We made an oath to the Most High. We swore to the Most High that all of us in here that's baptized will be a representative of the Most High. If we do anything contrary, we are profaning his name. It's blasphemy for us to say we're serving the Most High God, but we serve Satan. And how do we serve Satan? By doing our own thing. Not doing what the Most High commands us to do, doing what we command us to do. That's profaning his name, and that's blasphemy. Okay? Next precept.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 5, verse 12 through 15.
at Torah. About 5 minutes. You want to start getting it warmed up? Let's get it.
Deuteronomy chapter 5 and verse 12.
Uh-oh. Check it out now. Here go a big one. Okay? So, let's get this.
Keep the Sabbath day to sanctify it.
Do what?
Keep the Sabbath day to sanctify it.
Keep the Sabbath day to sanctify it. Right? That means separate it and cleanse it. Sanctify means separate, and also it's a cleansing. So we are not to profane this holy day. Right? How can we profane this holy day? We're going to get into that. Most High said, keep his Sabbath. We're going to find out what day is the Sabbath. We're also going to get into how to operate on the Sabbath. For all those who think you can just pick a day and say it's your Sabbath. Oh, my Sabbath is my Sabbath is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever. I can serve the Most High God when I want to, how I want to. Okay. Believe that? I hear you. But let's see what the Most High God says about his Sabbath. Also, let's see if his Sabbath day started with Moses. Okay. Let's see that. Let's get it.
Keep the Sabbath day to sanctify it, as the Most High thy God hath commanded thee. 6 days thou shalt labor and do all thy work. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of Ahayah thy God.
What day?
The 7th day.
The first day.
The 7th day.
The second day.
The 7th day.
Oh, it could be the 5th day.
The 7th day.
The 7th day. What day is the 7th day? What day? Sunday? You sure?
Sunday the first day.
Wait. Let's get it, brother. See, that's why this class is for edification.
Con.
I'm glad you came, brother. You at the age where I know you heard that song, remember? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, love, right? Yeah. I knew you heard that song. Why did it start with Sunday? Why that song starts with Sunday?
Because it's the 7th day.
The 7th day? So is the 7th day greater or lesser than the first day? According to numbers. Less. So that means the 7th day is greater than the 7th day. So how can this Sunday be the first day? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday is the 7th day. Look on any calendar, my man, it starts Sunday. The week starts with Sunday.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
See, you was trained to think that the Sabbath was on a Sunday, but we just get information last 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe, that the Roman Catholic Church changed the Sabbath from the 7th day to the first day in
321 AD.
321 AD. Constantine changed it. The Roman Catholic Church changed it. They profess and boast that they have more authority than the Most High God because they changed the Sabbath day.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's been generations of lies, you believe that the Sabbath was on Sunday.
Con.
Yes?
I actually I know it's on Saturday because I was raised up going to 7-day ministry.
So why you say the first Sunday then?
Because I wasn't thinking. So
Okay. See, that's
I said the wrong thing,
got you.
you know.
Got you. Well,
I apologize for the
but see, because your mistake has educated others.
Con.
See what I'm saying? Because our people ain't thinking. You know what I'm saying? For those who ain't thinking, we just thought for you. You know what I mean? Through the Spirit of the Most High. Huh?
So you made a lot of sense when you said Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Sunday,
Thursday, Friday,
Sunday, Monday,
Saturday.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
And Sunday is the first of the day.
First of the week. First day of the week.
Saturday is the 7th day.
7th day. And the Most High time starts when the sun goes down. It's evening, morning, first day. Evening, morning, first day. Go in cycles. Evening, morning, because it was dark before it was light.
I haven't learned a lot. I've been here today.
All praise to the Most High. All right. So Friday night sundown starts the new day. Sabbath. Okay? So that's why it's Sabbath right now. We started last night. When the sun go down tonight, it'd be Sunday. Okay? According to the Most High. Now, next precept. We there?
Till 15.
Let's go.
Yep. Verse 13. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, But the seventh is the Sabbath of Ahayah thy God.
See, this is the Most High's day. Ain't no man change with the Most High established. It's not your day. It's not my day. It's the Most High's day. Okay? Let's go.
In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thine ox, nor thine ass, nor any of thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
Even the Gentiles who are within us, serving our God, must keep the Sabbath. See? Read?
That thy manservant and thy maidservant may rest as well as thou.
Now, is this only a day of rest? No. We're going to read about this. Right? But now the Most High has put us in captivity, so some of us have to go to work. He said himself, man don't work, man don't eat. So, like I say all the time, this is not a day if you have off to pick up. But if you can get it off, get it off. Right? If you have control of your situation, you can work on the Sabbath. Now, also, all the holy days in the Bible are also Sabbaths. What's included in the Sabbath, as I said at the beginning of the class, it's a holy convocation. It's a mandated public meeting where it's reading out of his law. So this is the day of church.
That's right.
That's why we're here gathered, because this is his commandment on the Sabbath. So not just the day you sit home and rest, but you must get up and come learn what the Spirit has to say.
That's right.
Okay? Ready?
And remember that thou wast a servant in the land of Egypt, and that Ahayah thy God brought thee out thence through a mighty hand and by a stretched out arm.
So he's showing you the love and compassion he has for us. Remember that our foreparents were servants in Egypt. Well, their children are servants right now. So it's important for the body to rest. He understands that. So he's giving you a day to rest, to meditate on him. Get your thoughts off of the cares of this world, this life, and focus on him. Let him heal you this day. Right? Read.
Therefore the Most High thy God commanded thee to keep the Sabbath day.
What we got?
And the next precept is the book of Genesis, chapter 2, verses 1 through 3.
Showing that, hey, now Genesis is before Moses. Okay? Before Moses' time.
Genesis chapter 2. Yep, chapter 2, verses 1 through 3. And it reads, Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the hosts of them. And on the seventh day, God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made. And
Hold on. I'll read something real quick. That's my See what I'm saying? Helps out a lot. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 8 reads, But beloved, be not ignorant to this one thing, that one day is to Ahayah as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day. So we're not dealing with 7 literal days, meaning a 24-hour period. 6,000 years, the Most High works with his Son, with his wife, the Holy Spirit, and with all the other lesser gods to do his creation. Okay? The 7th day, right? He sanctified it because in it, it says, Thus the heavens, so all that was, all the angelic beings, all the gods, the stars, are angels. Okay? The sun, the moon, the earth, all spirits. All the heavens and the earth, everything therein was finished. And all the host of them. So everything that's in heaven, everything on earth was finished. And on the seventh day, Ahayah ended his work, which he had made. And he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made. And Ahayah blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which Ahayah created and made. See, he did this because of what I just read. Okay? Not for Moses' sake. Right? Moses was not even born right now. Okay? Let's go. Next precept.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 58, verses 13 and 14.
How to operate on this holy day. Right? The Most High's day, the seventh day, the day of the Lord.
And it reads, If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight, the holy...
Wait. See, if you would stop doing what you want to do on his holy day. See, we can't do the things that we want to do. Go shopping, buy a car, buy a house, go on a trip, lay with your mates. You can't do the things that's pleasing to you on his day. He said 6 days he gave you for that. Do what you want to do righteously for 6 days. But the seventh day belongs to him. If we would turn our foot, mean stop doing what we desire to do, and do what?
If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day.
Our pleasures, see? So, it's deeper than this the day that you think you're serving the Most High. All those who think they're serving the Most High on their Sabbath are still doing their own pleasures.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Even those who think the Sabbath is on Sunday, you still leave church and do your own pleasures. See, so we're going to teach you through the Spirit Most High how to properly operate on the Sabbath. Let's go.
And call the Sabbath a delight.
This is a great day. Something to be celebrated, something to look forward to. Right? This is the day that our grandmama cooked the big old meal, but it changed to Sunday. So that Sunday meal was actually a meal for the Sabbath. But they was lied to by the Roman Catholic Church, and they sprinkled down to the Baptist Church, which is a daughter of the Roman Catholic Church.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So all these churches follow the Roman Catholic Church, whether they don't believe it or not. That came from the Roman Catholic Church. It did not come from the Bible. We just read out the Bible. It's the seventh day, which is Saturday. So our grandmothers made a delight and cooked them nice old meals, but even though they broke the dietary law, had that swine on that thing, but they still was following tradition that comes way before them, because our forefathers called it their delight and cooked a great meal on the day of preparation, which is the sixth day. So they made this big old meal to feed everybody on the Sabbath. But let's go.
And call the Sabbath a delight, the holy of Ahayah honorable, and shall honor him, not doing thine own ways, nor finding thine own pleasure, nor speaking thine own words.
See, this ain't a day that we have worldly conversations. Right? Be on Instagram and Facebook, and I play dominoes on the phone, so this day I don't play dominoes. Okay? That's what I want to do. I can't do this on the Sabbath. Not that it's a punishment, but the Most High has blessed me with breath today. That's right. So should I not call this day honorable? And it's his day? Mm-hmm. Should you not? So let's learn. That's the premise of this class. edification, learning on how to operate on the Sabbath. It's deeper than what we were taught. It's not just a day to go to church. What you do after church matters.
Then shalt thou delight thyself in the Most High, and I will cause thee to ride upon the high places of the earth, and feed thee with the heritage of Jacob thy father, for the mouth of Ahayah hath spoken it.
See, the Most High said that if we do this, he will feed us with the heritage of our father, Jacob. Heritage is our way of life, the knowledge of who we are, how to operate, and also all the blessings and the promises that he gave to our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We'll ride on high. We will not be the tail. We will continue to be the head. But obviously, since we forgot the Sabbath and the rest of his laws, we're the tail. See, it matters. See, there's a consequence that we're suffering right now because we think it don't matter or it's done away with. Mm-hmm. See, someone who wants your position took it from you by deception. Okay? Next precept.
Next precept, same book of Isaiah, chapter 56, and verse 2.
Now, again, more confirmation that this day really matters. The water.
Thank you. Water.
Isaiah 56, verse 2. And it reads,
Blessed is the man that doeth this, and this.
Blessed is the man that do this. See, it matters. Read.
And the Son of Man that layeth hold on it, that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it, and keepeth his hand from doing any evil.
See, how you keep from polluting it and doing any evil. See, doing evil will be going against what the Most High said. Doing your own pleasures, doing your own will is how you pollute and do evil on this day. He said, blessed is the man that don't do this. Okay? Next precept.
The book of Jubilees in the pseudepigrapha, chapter 50, verses 6 through 13.
Now, for those who understand the book of Jubilees, it's the book that was given to Moses. I'm going to read it for you. And Moses is going to tell you that Most High gave it to him. Okay? 81. So, to get a little bit more in depth on how to operate on the Sabbath. For Moses, a servant of the Most High God. It reads, and behold the commandment regarding the Sabbaths. See? Not just the Saturday Sabbath, but it's holy days too. See, Christmas is not a Sabbath. Okay? It says, I have written them down for thee in all the judgments of its laws. 6 days shalt thou labor, but on the 7th day is the Sabbath of Ahayah your God. In it ye should do no manner of work, ye and your sons and your men servants and your maid servants and all your cattle, and the sojourner also who is with you. Those were, the Egyptians and those who dwelt in Egypt at the time, who feared the Most High from the wondrous things he did to Egypt. It realized that the gods they were serving wasn't gods at all. Mm-hmm. And feared the God of the Hebrews and went with them. Okay? And the man that does any work on it should die. Whoever desecrate that day, whoever lies, check it out, whoever lies with his wife, or your own pleasures, not today. When the sun go down, you can do that, but not right now. Or whoever says he would do something on it. So this ain't a day you can make plans to do something. For all those Israelites, who know they're Israelites, this ain't a day to plan your wedding.
That's right, man.
Okay? He said, whoever say he would do something. That means make plans. You got 6 days to get married. Is it more important to please the people who Satan had gave off work that day, or for you to be obedient and get married on a Wednesday or on a Sunday when only 5 people come to your wedding, or have 200 at your wedding and you go to hell? Which is more important? Let no man deceive you, that he shall that he will set out on a journey their own in regards to any buying or selling. Ever wonder why you get paid on Fridays? Satan knows about the laws of your Sabbath. He gave you your money on Friday, and you go shopping on Saturday.
That's right. That's
Okay?
right.
That's the offer he can give you. You go do everything on that Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? Told you the system is against the laws. The system is designed against the laws of the Most High God. You party Friday night, sun go down, y'all partying. Your Sabbath. See, doing your own pledges, but no one taught you the laws. No one taught you the laws of the Sabbaths. You're getting edified today, okay? Ain't no buying or selling on the Sabbath. Whoever draweth water thereon which he had not prepared for himself on the 6th day. See, that's work. Back then, that was work. Right? That thing was heavy. That was physical labor. So, day of preparation is Thursday, sun go down. Friday, sun go down. So, for all your stuff, boom. With an exception, there's an exception. I'm going to read it. It says, whoever draws water thereon which he had not prepared for himself on the 6th day, and whoever takes up any burden to carry it out of his tent or out of his house shall die. So ain't no, I got this couch. I'm going to take the sister's house on the Sabbath. Ain't none of that. I can wait till Sunday. Okay? It says,
Ye shall do no work whatsoever on the Sabbath day. Ye shall do no work whatsoever on the Sabbath day, save what ye have prepared for yourselves on the 6th day, so as to eat and drink and rest, and keep Sabbath from all work on that day, and to bless Ahayah your God, who has given you a day of festival and a holy day.
It's a day of festival. It's not just so you lay back and kick up. It's a day of festival. Okay? Read. And a holy day, a separate day, a great day.
And a day of the holy kingdom for all Israel is the day among their days forever. For
how long?
Forever.
Forever. And the Most High didn't make a mistake in saying forever. He knows what forever means. The Sabbath is forever. Even in the kingdom of God, you honor the Sabbath. The angels worship the Sabbath. Read.
For great is the honor which Ahayah has given to Israel.
To who?
To Israel.
He never gave this to the whole world. That's why it don't matter. That's what don't matter. You know, he never gave them the law, so they can do what they want to do. They serve other gods. But if they want to save their own soul, they better come like these sojourners and earn the Sabbath with God's people. Read.
For great is the honor which Ahayah has given to Israel, that they should eat and drink and be satisfied on this festival day.
Eat and drink. This is a day. This is a great day. This should be a festival, a feast. Drinking ain't talking about water. Talking about wine. It's a great day to be merry, but not to be out here getting sloppy drunk. Okay? Read.
And rest thereon from all labor, which belongs to the labor of the children of men.
So once you had a great time, now go home and pick your feet up. Get some rest. You over there full, got itis, you know. Now it's time to get you some rest. Okay? Read.
Save burning frankincense and bringing oblations and sacrifices before Ahayah for days and for Sabbaths.
See, on the Sabbath, because we're not under the Levitical priesthood commandments anymore. We still got to eat. So you still got to bring stuff to the church to eat. That's why it says save what you would eat. So you have to bring it, because outside bringing to the church, you can't go to the store and buy something for your personal house. You can't cook a meal. Oh, it's deeper. This is not a day that you are to cook your meal, because you're supposed to cook your meal on the 6th day. Save that what you do for the Sabbath. So we're doing the work of the Most High. This is His priestly service. So therefore, there's things been done that's separate than the actual personal will of individual. So we can bring stuff. The sister just warm up the food that was prepared for the Holy Convocation. Read.
This work alone shall be done on the Sabbath days in the sanctuary of the Most High, your God,
See? Read it.
that they may atone for Israel with sacrifice continually from day to day for a memorial well-pleasing before Ahayah, and that he may receive them always from day to day according as thou hast been commanded. And every man who does any work thereon, or goes a journey, or tills his farm, whether in his house or any other place, and whosoever lights a fire, or rides on any beast, or travels by ship on the sea, or whoever strikes or kills anything, or slaughters a beast or a bird, or whoever catches an animal, or a bird, or a fish, or whosoever fasts, or makes whosoever fasts.
So for those who don't understand this, the Sabbath is not a day to start your fast. Right? It's a day of feasting. But if you start, let's say you told Most High that you're going to fast for a week. You can fast throughout your week. For Moses, Adam,
Christ.
Ezra, the Messiah, other prophets have all fasted for multiple weeks. They didn't stop on the Sabbath, but you cannot start your Sabbath fasting. Okay? Read.
Or makes war on the Sabbaths.
So that's a good one. We can't make war on the Sabbath. Does not mean we can't defend ourselves on the Sabbath. Because in the Maccabees' time, there was a great misunderstanding of some faithful brothers and sisters of the Most High God. They lacked the true understanding of how to operate on the Sabbath, so they rather not fight on the Sabbath and get their lives up, but the Most High still took glory in that because they remained faithful in what they knew. But the Most High sent His Spirit to John Maccabees and told him, look here, they come back right here again on the Sabbath, you destroy them. Because if not, they will destroy all my people on the Sabbath. So it's lawful for us to defend ourselves on the Sabbath. And I was talking to an individual a couple of days ago, right? It's lawful because it says thou shalt not kill. It's lawful or thou shalt not murder. That's the difference between killing and murdering. It's lawful for God's people to defend their life on any day. Okay? Someone comes try to take your life, it's lawful for you to defend yourself. If you are a homeowner, you possess a gun, and somebody come break in your house, and you shoot them, and they die, you shouldn't have been in the house. But if you shoot them and wound them, where they are no longer a threat to you, it's lawful for you to call the authorities and have them come pick them up. You can't, if you don't get them on that first, second shot, you can't murder them. Once the threat is gone, according to the law, you cannot finish them off like that. Okay? So, let's go. So, if you're a bad shot, you better call the authorities after you shot. Okay? Well, let's go.
The man who does any of these things on the Sabbath shall die, so that the children of Israel shall observe the Sabbaths according to the commandment regarding the Sabbaths of the land.
See, this is to the children of Israel, so it's ridiculous for a Roman to tell the children of Israel how to operate concerning their God. He's not their God. He never gave them these laws and commandments. It's talking about the children of Israel. Okay? Read.
As it is written in the tablets, which he gave into my hands, that I should write out for thee the laws of the seasons, and the seasons according to the division of their
The
days.
seasons, the festivals. See? The change of seasons are also Sabbaths.
Mm-hmm.
The division of days, he gave this to Moses. The book of Jubilees, as we just read, was given to Moses. Okay? He took it out of your Bible. Let's get it. Next precept.
The next precept, the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 5 and verse 16.
You old or something. Maybe 14. Let's get it.
And it reads, But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Most High thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thine ox, nor thine ass, nor any of thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates, that thy manservant and thy maidservant may rest as well as thou.
That's love. He give rest to all. See?
Oh,
Not today if you got employees to work them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Salakia family, I meant to get 16. I ended up getting 14 again. Verse 16. Honor thy father and thy mother, as Ahayah thy God hath commanded thee, that thy days may be prolonged, and that it may go well with thee in the land which Ahayah thy God giveth thee.
Now, this is called the law of promise. The law would come with promise. It says if we honor our father and our mother, our days will be prolonged. So what happens if we don't honor our father and our mother? The opposite. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
How do we honor our father and our mother? Let's get that. Deuteronomy chapter 27, verse 16.
Deut-
16.
Deuteronomy chapter 27 and verse 16, and it reads, Cursed be he that setteth light by his father or his mother. And all the people shall say, Amen.
So what does light means in this situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
It
Got it.
says, cursed be ye. Right? That do what?
Setteth a light. You want me to read
Set
it?
up a light.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's get what this means. Let's go.
I got it. It says, hold in contempt, base, contemn, despise, lightly
So
esteem.
check it out. If we lightly esteem our parents, y'all know what that means, right? Think less of them
Mm-hmm.
than what the Most High has thought them to bring us on this earth through. Okay? We have to respect our parents no matter what they do and how they operate. Most High used them to bring us here. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
If we despise, see, it's hard today. Now, that's something that is hard. But with the education, the true education of the Most High, it becomes easier. Right? See, for the world, it's hard to not despise someone who treated you ill as your parent
Mm-hmm.
or who didn't raise you. It's hard to love someone who didn't raise you. But through the knowledge of the Most High, He tells us even to love our enemies and to forgive them. With the knowledge of the Most High that we have today, it's easier for us because we understand that our parents grew up in captivity too and was lied to too and was a product of this satanic system.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Been under attack from demons and destroyed. So that's why some of the curses is, a father building a house or a family and not living therein. So baby daddies and fathers and mothers leaving their own children. That's part of the curse of disobedience. So we understand that, so we can't really blame them. We just ask the Most High to forgive them. Right? Mm-hmm. Not to harp on the bad, but kind of remember, if there's any good, kind of remember the good. Because regardless of what they have done to us or anyone else, the Messiah is their judge now. Mm-hmm. Okay? Not us. Okay?
Next precept, the book of Exodus, chapter 21, verse 17. Mm-hmm. And it reads, "And he that curseth his father or his mother shall surely be put to death." And that curseth is meaning the same thing when in regards to despising the parent. So, and he that curseth his father or his mother shall surely be put to death. So it's in the same sense as setting the light, despising thy parent. And the next precept, the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 5, verse 17 and 18. Chapter 5, verse 17 and 18. Deuteronomy 5, 17 and 18. Mm-hmm. And it reads, "Thou shalt not kill, neither shalt thou commit adultery."
So let's get to the thou shalt not kill, right? It actually should say thou shalt not murder, right? Murder is, that's why they have a law, even in the Gentiles even have a law that's harsh for anyone who premeditates a murder. Okay? So killing would be in self-defense. Murder would be done with evil intent or malice. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's go. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Now, adultery has a twofold meaning. Okay, let's get it. We know the first adultery is anyone that is in a marital contract that goes outside of their contract. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's adultery. Fornication, anyone who is not married, who's having premarital relations. Okay? Now let's get to the other idolatry, which is also considered
adultery.
As
the other adultery.
Yeah. H 5003. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Get it.
It says a primitive root to commit adultery, to apostatize, adulterer or adulteress, committing adultery, woman that breaketh wedlock.
Now, apostatize, right? Now, this is what the Most High say all throughout the Bible concerning our forefathers. We went a whoring with the gods of the nations. Okay? This is what the Messiah was talking about when it comes to the putting away your wife. Okay? So it's up on the grounds of fornication, right? Which is the same thing as adultery, but you're married. Okay? So it's twofold. Physical and spiritual. What's apostasy? An act of refusing to continue to follow, obey, or recognize a religious faith. Right? So it's in our commandment to only follow the Most High God. If we go outside of that, it's apostasy. It's adultery. It's spiritual fornication or spiritual adultery. Okay, let's go.
Next precept, verses 19 through 21. And it reads, neither shalt thou steal, neither shalt thou bear false witness against thy neighbor. Neither shalt thou desire thy neighbor's wife, neither shalt thou covet thy neighbor's house.
Covet means, as it says, desire, envying your brother or sister what they have, so now you desire theirs. Okay, read.
His field, or his manservant, or his maidservant, or his ox, or his ass, or anything that is thy neighbor's.
Or anything that is your brothers or your sisters. So far, have we read anything that's wrong with these laws? Can anybody say that that you're glad to put these laws away? Thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not bear false witness. What's wrong with those laws? See, when it talks about the law being done away with, it's not talking about these laws. What died on the cross with the Messiah was the penalty of death. Grace replaced the penalty of death. Right? So therefore, the people who had no opportunity of repentance under the law of Moses now had opportunity to learn the law and do it, to keep it and do it. So again, if you was an adulterer, you were stoned to death according to the law. We're going to get to that. Right? But today, if you're an adulterer, the Most High will grant you mercy. And so you grace and give you opportunity to get yourself together. So it didn't stop the law, discontinue the law. We just can't stone you today. But if you don't get together, the Messiah is going to destroy you with fire. Okay? So that's all grace is. Also, Yahshua has become our Passover. He's become our sacrifice. Another word for Passover is sacrifice. Okay? He's our sacrifice. So therefore, the Most High put away the killing of animals to use their clean animals to use their blood to atone for our sins. The Messiah blood covers our sins if we are obedient. Our former sins. Okay? You can't, continue in your sin and think Yahshua's blood cover you. His blood actually condemns you then. Okay? What else? Penalty of death, sacrifices. There's one more, I can't remember. Let's go.
Next precept, the book of Leviticus, chapter 20, and verse 2.
So let's get deeper into this law. So the apostles say that this is a greater thing than Moses' law. Yahshua's law is still the same as Moses' law. This is greater because it's giving you more, giving those who didn't, again, who hadn't had an opportunity to repent, an opportunity. Okay? Leviticus chapter 20, verse 2.
And it reads, again, thou shalt say to the children of Israel,
Thou shalt say to the Israelites. Read.
Whosoever he be of the children of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn in Israel.
Wait. See? For those who don't like the Gentiles, this ain't nothing new. The Gentiles been sojourning with us. But they have to live in the same laws that we have to. Okay? Read.
That giveth any of his seed unto Moloch, he shall surely be put to death. The people of the land shall stone him with stones.
Who is Moloch? Moloch was the god of the Canaanites, the Ammonites. Okay? A big old bronze bull looking thing would have 7 chambers that were fire. Our people were following after the Ammonites, after the Canaanites, sacrificing their children. Moloch requires child sacrifice. So when you see what's going on in the news today with these missing kids and these priests and stuff, they still sacrifice to Moloch. Satan requires blood sacrifice. His father required a blood sacrifice of clean animals. Satan wants your innocent child. Okay? So our people were sacrificing their children into the fire for prosperity, to be well off. Right? Same way we're doing right now. We're going to learn also, this has a dual connotation. What does it mean to also sacrifice your children into the fire, put your children into the fire to the god of Moloch? Okay? But let's get it. So it says that chapter 20, verse 2, read it again.
Again, thou shalt say to the children of Israel, whosoever he be of the children of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn in Israel, that giveth any of his seed unto Moloch, he shall surely be put to death. The people of the land shall stone him with stones.
I'm going to get what this means, because I'm telling you, these people know who your God is, who rule over you. They know your laws. They know your commandments. They know what they're doing concerning us. Okay? And I'm going to show you how you're doing the same thing that our forefathers did. Okay? Check this out. Let's go to the next precept.
Leviticus chapter 18 and verse 2. And it reads, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am Ahayah your God.
Read 3.
After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do, and after the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall ye not do, neither shall ye walk in their ordinances.
4.
Ye shall do my judgments, and keep mine ordinances, to walk therein. I am Ahayah your God.
So for all those who think they're African, he's talking about the African gods. Okay? The Hamitic gods. Right? So when you go to a little store, you see this little thing that you associate with Africa, it's what the Most High is saying don't do. Okay? It's what he's saying don't do. It's idolatry. It's worship of devils. Okay? So we put our children, see, it's deeper than what you're seeing. All these, what we're reading, it came with ceremonies. This was a great time for them. It was a party, a festival, a holiday. Okay? So today, when we do what teach our children to do as the people of the world do, we're putting our children into the fire. When we say, well, I'm just doing it for I'm celebrating Christmas because it's about the kids, you're putting your children into the fire. The real fire. Hell. You've been programmed to think this is a day for the family. It's not. These people have programmed you to lightly esteem the Most High's laws and esteem their wicked satanic holidays.
Mm-hmm.
It's really deep, because they know if they can get you to celebrate. That's why they said the spirit of Christmas. They know what they're talking about. Spirit of the devils. Be careful. We are not to adopt any of the customs of the nations. Because the things the nations sacrifice unto are devils. All their holidays are linked to devils. They just beautified it and put it in a nice box and bow for you to commit sin. You know? So I know we know better, right? But they don't know better. Learn the holy days of the Bible. That's all we are to do, not what the Gentiles do. Next precept.
Leviticus chapter 20, verses 3 through 6.
We just read
We got
three. Okay, I'm sorry.
yeah. One more time. Leviticus chapter 20, starting at verse 3. And it reads, "And I will set my face against that man, and will cut him off from among his people."
Anyone that sacrifice or put their children into the fire, showing them how to be a servant of Satan. How we was trained all our lives. Whether you believe it or not, how you function demonstrates to the Most High that you don't serve him. And we think we're good people and that we're serving the Most High God, but we're not. You're not. You must learn what's acceptable to the Most High and what's not. So we must learn and show, be example to our children. We're not to put our children in the mentality that we had, like trying to be successful in Satan's world. The only success is through Christ. And I don't mean because you're athletically gifted, getting an NFL contract is success. You're just farther away from the Most High. Because you believe he blessed you and you don't even know him. Mm-hmm. I told a brother a couple days ago, I said, this morning, you can't find one time in the Bible where the Most High was blessing anyone that was not keeping his laws and his commandments. Mm-hmm. But what we mistake it is, like I say it all the time, Satan disguises himself as an angel of light. So, imagine you on somebody on hard times. You know what I'm saying? Satan blessed them with, that lottery number. 12,000. You cannot convince them that it was not the Most High that gave it to him. Mm. You can't. The Lord done blessed me. First of all, the Most High hates gambling. He has nothing to do with the god luck. See, the god luck is tied into gambling. You probably never know it was such a thing with god luck, but it is. So Satan blesses people to snare them. Because once you get that fantasy, because as we read about what these religions are based on how we feel, it's a feeling, it's a personal interpretation. So once we feel that the Lord is with us, he protected us, and he given me this, you've been convinced by the devil that God is with you. God is with you. It's just not the God that created heaven and earth. Mm. So therefore, a true servant of the Most High can't tell this individual nothing because God has blessed them. That's what it means by Satan coming in the disguise of an angel of light. But let's go.
"And I will set my face against that man, and will cut him off from among his people, because he has given of his seed unto Moloch to defile my sanctuary, and to profane my holy name. And if the people of the land do any ways hide their eyes from the man, when he giveth of his seed unto Moloch, and kill him not, then I will set my face against that man and against his family, and will cut him off, and all that go a-whoring after him, to commit whoredom with Moloch from among their people."
Okay. So they have today a no snitch rule. I lived by it. But the Most High said that if you see this right here, you are to tell the elders and destroy this man. If you see this, so today they also say you can't judge me. Most High said that we're supposed to kill you back in the day. If we saw somebody breaking the Sabbath and didn't say nothing, see somebody giving their son, daughter over into Moloch, we're supposed to kill you. Right? Today we see our brothers and sisters falling off. We are to go help, try to warn our brothers and sisters. Not giving our personal opinion. We say what the Most High said. Okay? Because obviously we love you. Because we didn't love you, we wouldn't say nothing to you. Okay? Next precept.
Last verse.
Last verse.
Verse 6. And the soul that turneth after such as have familiar spirits, and after wizards, to go whoring after them, I will even set my face against that soul, and will cut him off from among his people.
And let's get what this familiar spirit and stuff is, right? And it's in a wizard. Let's get it. Because this is prevalent in our world today. And this is the thing that bothered me about that movie. What you call it?
Black Panther.
The Black Panthers. So y'all haven't noticed, but this is what they put in there, showing you that these Hamitic people, so-called Africans, have been doing this for a long time. Okay? They got Israelites, not knowing the Israelites, mimicking these people. Right? Wakanda forever and all that stuff, but y'all don't understand what they was promoting in this movie. But let's get it. They're promoting something that's wicked. Let's get it.
In the Hebrew, that's the word ob, which means a necromancer.
A necromancer. Okay? So let's get this. Right? See, in that movie, they didn't go to the Most High God. They went to the dead. See what I'm saying? A necromancer is conjuration, to conjure of spirits of the dead for the purposes of magically revealing the future or influencing the course of events. See? That's satanic. Get it? Honoring, worshiping the dead, dealing with these devils, because they're not doing nothing with the dead. But these devils have been here forever. So when these people are, doing their little chants and all these, what you call them people? The palm readers and stuff. They're dealing with the spiritual world. Right? They're dealing with the spiritual world. They're not dealing with the dead because the dead are in hell. Right? But they're dealing with the spirits who are familiar with these people who are passed on. So the familiar spirits can tell you everything that right now. Is a murder a couple days ago. A demon can tell you everything that happened. They saw it. Right? Everything that's happened on the world and the earth, the demons have viewed it, witnessed it. So they can tell you the size, shape, what color this shoes they had on, everything. You're dealing with the devils. You're not dealing with the person. The person is, in a place where the Most High created to hold the souls. It's called Sheol in the Hebrew. Okay? Hades in the Greek. Hell in the English. Okay? Let's get it.
Next precept.
And a wizard is a man who's a sorcerer. One who practices psychological magic, sorcery. A woman is considered as a witch who practices sorcery. Those who psychologically deceive mankind. Okay? It's all kind of shapes and fashions, form, and how they deceive. Like psychology. Like for example, when you go to the store, how everything is placed, that's psychology. They know how the mind thinks. So they put certain things right before you, on this level, that level, say know how man is. So let's get it. Next precept. It was too loud. Cole?
Leviticus chapter 20, verses 7 and 8. Like we buffering again. So it's buffering again. Yep, Leviticus chapter 20 verses 7 and 8. And it reads, "Sanctify yourselves, therefore, and
Cleanse
be holy."
yourselves, therefore. Right? How you cleanse yourself? You cut out the stuff that you're doing that displeases the Most High, and through His Word. Follow His Word. Keep His commandments. Okay? Get from among the doings of the nations. Read.
And be ye holy,
Be separate.
for I am Ahayah your God, and ye shall keep my statutes and do them. I am Ahayah which sanctify you.
So He's the one that cleans you. That's why it's very important to constantly read His Word. That's how He's changing you, through His Word. Through His Spirit. Okay?
Verse 11.
Verse 11.
And the man that lieth with his father's wife hath uncovered his father's nakedness. Both of them shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them.
Is that a bad law? You see? So, ponder this for a minute. When your pastors tell you that the law is done away with, they're telling you that this is lawful. To do what?
And the man that lieth with his father's wife hath uncovered his father's nakedness.
If I sleep with my stepmama, it's lawful. See what I'm saying? Makes no sense. If the law is done away with, as the sister just said, it's lawful for me to sleep with my stepmother. See, they don't know the law themselves. And don't know what they're actually saying when they say the law is done away with. We're not under the law. So if they say you're not under the law, they're saying it's lawful for me to sleep with my stepmother. Keep reading this thing.
And if a man lie with his daughter-in-law, both of them shall surely be put to death.
See? If I sleep with my daughter-in-law, it's lawful. So do you see why I said it's satanic for someone to say that the law is done away with? Let's keep going.
Both of them shall surely be put to death. They hath wrought confusion. Their blood shall be upon them. If a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination.
I see. Hey, these Sodomites hate this one. Those who know what a Sodomite is, that's a homosexual. The Most High said what?
If a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them.
If I, that's not approved by the Most High. Okay? God does not change. You wasn't born that way. Okay? Was not born that way. Okay? Man must not lay with mankind. Woman must not lay with woman like she lay with a man. Okay? It's an abomination. Read? Yes.
He won't change his whole Bible just to
Yeah, he won't change his word to please you. Okay?
his new Bible.
Yeah, that Queen James version ain't that. Yes, sir.
There's so much of that in the world where you got people that work right next to you that you might like and they're gay. We're not supposed to hate them a lot either.
No, it's a thing.
Because that's judgment, right?
Judgment means that you would stone them.
I mean, if I was judging somebody.
No, that's what I'm telling you.
Okay.
See, we get it twisted on what judging means.
Okay.
Judging means that according to Moses' law, that co-worker would have been stoned to death if it was an Israelite. If you knew that they was gay and you caught them in act, they'd be stoned to death. No repentance left.
So, like, if there's a person there's so much that going on.
Because we're in the last days. It's promised that, because Israel forgot their law, forsook their law, despised their law, that's why it's so much of it going on. Because if Israel would have kept the laws and would have destroyed those Sodomites, it would be no homosexuality going on in the world. If we kept the laws, there would be no homosexuality. But because we didn't do this, now these Sodomites rule the world. And they force their laws on you.
And way of life.
And they way of life.
And promote it.
Right? And so now, you can call me every kind of, byword in the book. Say something against a Sodomite, though, you might go to prison. You might go to jail for a couple weeks, a month, a year, too. No? So the Most High, again, see, back to how I said how Satan has designed a world against the Most High. his laws, statutes, and commandments. The Most High did not create man to lay with men, nor woman to lay with women. Right? Really, if you add it all up, what is that? Not only is it sin, but if it's eradication. If every man stopped laying with a woman, how can a man and man produce?
It's contrary to
A
life.
woman and a woman produce. So basically, it's taking people from off the face of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
It's a source of genocide.
That's right.
Right?
The church is marrying gays. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
But no, it's not unbelievable because if you read the Bible, the churches are harlot houses. They have committed spiritual fornication. The Bible says that these Gentiles have taken over the houses of God. I'm sorry, my man, but these people do not follow the law. And listen to what the Most High going to say in a minute. Right? The Most High going to tell you why he gave us laws. Mm-hmm. So these people that run the churches are the people the Most High calls our enemies because they are against the Most High God. So if a pastor marries a sodomite, a homosexual, he's a servant or she's a servant of Satan, Moloch. Mm-hmm. No, ain't know what you say. It's facts. How can you go against and say, well, you know, what God said? No, God said what He said. He didn't stutter. He didn't make a mistake. So you know what? You know, He didn't say in like Leviticus chapter 21. You know, I made a mistake, so Moses changed that. He didn't say that. He said, if a man do what?
If a man lie with mankind as he lied with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination.
Something that he hates. If done their act, is what he hates. So I'm not to hate the individual, right? I've never condoned what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people say, well, you know, well, it don't affect me. Well, it affects me now because there was none of the pastors stood up for the Most High. So now this heinous act has saturated our lives. You cannot turn on television at all and watch anything, and it gets you every time. Get you the first couple of shows, be good. Then all of a sudden you're like, come on, no you didn't.
Yeah.
You know, you can't watch a television show without them stuffing it in your face. It's an abomination. See, the nations never served the Most High God. So, you know, I believe what the Most High God say. It's an abomination. You know, I would hate no man, but you would not operate amongst me like that. Right? If a brother or sister had that spirit in them and wanted to come to this church, I'm going to say this publicly, you're welcome to come study with me on outside the church. Okay? Because we wrestle not with flesh and blood. Mm-hmm. Those spirits that's in you will have come to try to destroy the church. That's right. So if it's Most High will, I would deal with that individual on a one-on-one basis.
Bring it out.
And hopefully, if it's will, the Most High will rebuke those spirits, and that individual will come to the accurate knowledge of the Most High God and their responsibility of how they are supposed to operate, of why, like Most High said, that the woman has changed their natural use. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So He created woman to be impregnated by man, not by no scientific experiment. So if they rebuke the spirits and change their lifestyle, you come on to church, inside, fellowship with us. You might be come once or twice because I don't know it, but once you get it, hey, brothers, we got to talk. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. My son's here. Other people's grandchildren are here. You know, those understand the demons start with the children first. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep going. I'm going to read a precept to show you all that.
They have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them.
Now, see, that's where the grace came in. And these churches get it twisted. Grace is not a license to sin. But if you're homosexual, you're put to death. Now, you get opportunity to meet with a teacher of the Most High and learn how to properly operate and repent and operate as you was naturally created to operate. How you was naturally created to operate. But I'm gonna read something to y'all real quick because go. So I made a comment. You know, we got to back our stuff up by precepts. Mark chapter 9, verse 17. I'm gonna read it. Show you that these demons. People get mad when I say what? 17. People get mad when I say though these little children got demons in them, but they don't think they child don't or mine don't. Let me tell you, demons don't discriminate. Okay. 17 says, and one of the multitude answered and said, Master, I have brought unto thee my son, which have a dumb spirit, and wheresoever he taketh him, he teareth him, and he foameth and gnashes with his teeth, and pines away. And I spake to thy disciples that they should cast him out, and they could not. And he answered him and said, O faithless generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him unto me. And they brought him unto him, talking about the Messiah. And when he saw him, straightway the spirit tear him, and he fell on the ground and wallowed foaming. And he asked his father, how long is it ago since this came unto him? And he said, of a child. So don't tell me that these children are not possessed by demons. There's nothing new under the sun. That's who they get first. They got us when we was children. They don't just wait till you 30 years old, something like that, and come at you. They've been coming at you since you was a child. This is when homosexual individuals were attacked. So you weren't born that way. Those spirits overcame these children. A weaker vessel. Innocent, weaker vessel. So no one, if you was born that way, the Most High would be a liar. He would be an unrighteous God to sit here and destroy you for being a way that he created you. So again, let God be true and every man a liar. But let's go. Where we at? Leviticus 20, verse what?
Salaki, 1 second. Verse 14.
Let's get it.
And if a man take a wife and her mother, it is wickedness. They shall be burnt with fire, both he and they, that there be no wickedness among you.
So, see that? Hey, it's the reason he gave us laws, right? He's cleaning us up from the conduct that we was raised observing and doing. Read?
And if a man lie with a beast, he shall surely be put to death, and ye shall slay the beast.
So again, when your pastor tell you the law is done away with, he's telling you it's lawful to sleep with an animal. You understand what I'm trying to say? Read.
Verse 16. And if a woman approach unto any beast, and lie down thereto, thou shalt kill the woman and the beast. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them.
And y'all know they're still going today, because there's a lot of happy horses around here. Okay, so and y'all know what I'm talking about. These sheep, these sheep got abused throughout generations. Okay, well let's go.
And if a man shall take his sister, his father's daughter, or his mother's daughter, and see her nakedness, and she see his nakedness, it is a wicked thing, and they shall be cut off in the sight of their people. He hath uncovered his sister's nakedness, he shall bear his iniquity. And if a man shall lie with a woman having her sickness, and shall uncover her nakedness, he hath discovered her fountain, and she hath uncovered the fountain of her blood.
So when it says, if a man lay with his wife in her sickness, it's talking about her I said the menstrual cycle. Or is she sick? Your wife can hardly breathe. You still trying to, let her heal. Yeah. You did. But if the wife is sick or during her time, a man is not supposed to touch her. Okay? Yes.
I get those magazines. My mother subscribing to.
I know you're going with
And
this.
on the front page was an article saying, start having more intimate sex. Basically, the article talks about having sex during a woman's menstruation. That is the
Everything gets the most high.
publication.
But they actually,
Do it, it's
yeah.
more intimate.
Yeah, they had actually created, a thing you can put inside so you don't.
Stop your
Yeah,
flow.
everything is against the Most High God's law, statutes, and commandments. And for anybody to think this Bible is not true or a white man's book, you don't know. You never read this Bible because you believe what you believe because of the Bible. Because these people have brainwashed you. Yes. I thought you were talking to me. Oh. To believe so, when the evidence is right before you. If you read, we're reading the laws right now. Our people will argue us up, have argued us up and down, and will argue us up and down and fight you for telling them that the laws are not done away with. But what have we read again? That's wrong. See, you're arguing about something you don't even know what you're arguing about, but you've been programmed to fight against God. Not even knowing it. No, it was between laws, so our people couldn't do them. That's a lie. He just said you can't sleep with your mama's husband. Anything wrong with that? That's your father. Make it make sense. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge of the laws of the Most High God. Read.
And both of them shall be cut off from among their people. And thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy mother's sister, nor of
Your
thy father,
auntie. Read.
nor of thy father's sister. For he uncovereth his near kin, they shall bear their iniquity. And if a man shall lie with his uncle's wife, he hath uncovered his uncle's nakedness. They shall bear their sin, they shall die childless. And if a man shall take his brother's wife, it is an unclean thing. He hath uncovered his brother's nakedness. They shall be childless.
Now, check it out. We just briefly went over some of the laws of the Most High God. But he's about to explain to us, why he giving us these laws. Take heed. Let's go.
Verse 22. Ye shall therefore keep all my statutes and all my judgments, and do them, that the land whither I bring you to dwell therein spew you not out.
Spit you not out. So all these things, all these good things we just read, our foreparents didn't do it. So they were spit out. And we was born over in a different land in captivity. Okay? But check it out. Read.
And ye shall not walk in the manner of the nation.
We, the children of Israel, you're a Negro, you're Israelite. I'm going to read the list again. This is just some of them, ain't all of us. So-called Puerto Rican, so-called Cuban, so-called Jamaican or West Indian, so-called Mexican, so-called Haitian, so-called Samoan, so-called Seminole Indians, so-called from Colombia, Panama, so-called from you're Brazilian, Argentina, Dominicans, and the North American Indians. And there's others out there who are the minority of the world who's suffering the curses of Deuteronomy 28. If you're these people, the Most High is talking to you. Our forefathers did not do what the Most High said. So that's why we're suffering. We are. What's going on right now? Satan has created a system and gave all power, riches to his children, the Romans. Okay? The Jewish people. Okay? So they know what you don't know. They possess what we don't possess, our records. So they know that if you keep these people, because their whole plan, if you go back to the queen, to the king back in Columbus time, He gave him a decree to go over there to the children of Israel. See, the northern kingdom was over here first. And put them in a perpetual servitude. Think I'm lying? Read the book of Columbus. He told you why he went over to the Americas and his mission. He read the second chapter of the book of Ezra out of the Apocrypha, chapter 13, where the Bible tells you that his people was in another land. It took 1.5 years to get there. They started in the Euphrates, and he held the water still, and he came over here into the land that would be our final captivity. So they know that they have to create a system that perpetuates sin to maintain rulers' dominion over God's people. Because the Most High said, if we don't follow the laws and the commandments, he will turn his face against us, and we're fair game to the Gentiles and their gods. So for those who don't believe in the Bible, make it make sense what you're going through. Make it make sense. Okay? The Bible makes clear sense why these children, these people are going through what we're going through. Okay? Read.
And ye shall not walk in the manner of the nation which.
That's why we're going through because we walk in the manner of the nations, the other races on earth. Not just the white people, okay? All the nations. And serve all their gods. Okay? We're in all the religions. We dipping and dabbing, Some people say, I like studying, other people's cultures and religions. That's against the commandment. Okay? But let's go. Read.
Which I cast out before you, for they committed all these things, and therefore I abhorred them.
See, the reason he gave us the law, statutes, and commandments, because he was taking us back to our own land of Canaan, which should have been called the land of Shem. But on this land was heathens. And guess what? It wasn't white people. Mm-hmm. Most of these people were Hamitic. Same skin color as you. But from a different father. They're from Ham. We're from Shem. So the Canaanites, the Amorites, and all those other sites were so-called Africans. We were serving their gods. You ever wonder why the Romans taught us that we was African? We continue to serve their gods. Right now, you go with somebody's house who think they African, you'll find all kinds of little statues and stuff. Gods of the Canaanites. So don't just blame the white man. Because most High was warning us against some black people right here. Okay? Mm-hmm. So because we adopted the manner of the nations, we lost our land and put us in captivity to serve other gods. Okay? Like he said, when you go into this land, the sole of your feet will find no ease. Okay? No ease. So all I know is the people that I just mentioned, they haven't found no ease in 400 years. Okay? But let's go.
Verse 24.
So the Most High said, because they have done these things, he hates them. He hates them. The same God of love. Telling us that these things that they say are done away with, because they do these things, the Most High said, hey, this is what these people are doing. They wicked. They're sleeping with their aunties, with their daddies, with their daddies, their mamas, all kinds of stuff. They still doing it to this day. You should not do this. It is wickedness, confusion, and abomination. Because we're in this land right now, the same way the Most High took our people out of Egypt, all the idolatrous religions, and try to clean us up. I give them to the laws, the commandments, the do's and don'ts, the things that please him. He's doing right now, real time. That's why we have a class right now based on the law for all those who wonder what to do. Mm-hmm. I hope this lesson was edifying for you. But let's finish these last precepts. Let's go.
Verse 24. But I have said unto you, ye shall inherit their land, and I will give it unto you to possess it, a land that floweth with milk and honey. I am Ahayah your God, which have separated you from other people.
See, the Most High don't believe in integration. If it involves another God. See? You think they used Martin Luther King by chance? What religion was Martin Luther King? Baptist. Under the spell of the Roman Catholic Church. See? They strategically used that brother to destroy God's people. Real talk. Yeah, he knew he was a tool of the devil. He said he's afraid that he has did what? Let's get into the fire. The fire, the same fire we talk about Moloch, he knew about the fire, putting his children, God's children, in the fire. Sad to say, but more than likely, he's in fire right now. Sad to say, but you don't keep his laws and commandments. That's all you gotta look forward to. But let's go.
Verse 25. Ye shall therefore put difference between clean beasts and unclean.
Read that again.
You shall therefore put difference between clean beasts and unclean.
It don't matter. I can eat pork. God said, that what goes into a man's mouth don't defile him. The Most High said make a difference between clean beasts and unclean beasts. And guess what? Noah knew about clean and unclean beasts before Moses. See, this law didn't start with Moses. The law started with Adam. Let me read something to y'all. This came to my mind. But I thought about this earlier today. To show you a law we didn't read. Tithing. Okay? Let's go to our father Jacob, Israel. Okay? Who had Moses in his loins. Okay? It says, Genesis chapter 28, verse 22 says, 21 says, so that I come again to my father's, 20. And Jacob, our father, vowed a vow. He swore to the Most High. Okay? Saying, if God, they call him God Almighty at the time. If God Almighty be with me, will be with me, and will keep me in this way that I go, I will give me bread to eat and raiment to put on, so that I come again to my father's house in peace. Then shall Ahayah be my God, and this stone which I have set for a pillar shall be God's house. And of all that thou shalt give me, I will surely give the tenth unto thee. Who taught Jacob the law? See? His fathers. See? This law been passed down since the beginning. Like I said, the same sacrifices that Noah was doing is in the law. Same animals, the same way. Same sacrifices Abraham was doing. Same sacrifices that the Israelites were doing. The same sacrifices that Adam was doing. Nothing has changed. Now, people think the law started with Moses. It did not. He made the covenant then. That he promised our fathers that he'd make a covenant with these people. But the law is the same law. It's like right now, the same law Christ talked about. We're reading it right now. Rich man, he came to Messiah and he asked him, what should he do to inherit eternal life? Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal. He read the law. Same law. But let's go.
Verse 25. Ye shall therefore put difference between clean and unclean beasts, and between unclean fowls and clean. And ye shall not make your souls abominable by beasts, or by fowl, or by any manner of living thing that creepeth on the ground, which I have separated from you as unclean.
as he has separated from us as unclean. So, we're not going to get into it today, but read Leviticus chapter 11. It will show you all the beasts that he said we can eat and that we cannot eat. Okay? He commanded this. Again, man cannot change what the Most High established. Okay? But let's go. Leviticus chapter 11, we'll go all through everything. And when you do it, the best way to do it, like for me, was go on your phone. We all got cell phones. Google every beast that you see with the picture or image of it. So you can see what he's talking about, because some of the names has changed. But it's the same beast. Okay? Let's go.
And ye shall be holy unto me, for I, Ahayah, am holy, and have severed you from other people, that ye should be mine.
Severed you from other people. We're not all one nation under God. The world is one nation under God who serves Satan. Sorry. They always been doing that. Okay? We're not one nation. We're Israelites. Okay? All nations outside Israelites are other nations. Okay? I'm not a Roman. Okay? I'm not an African. I'm not an Arab. Okay? Read.
A man also or woman that hath a familiar spirit, or that is a wizard, shall surely be put to death. They shall stone them with stones. Their blood shall be upon them.
Hey. Most High said it. Next precept.
Deuteronomy chapter 12, starting at verse 23.
I want to read something to y'all. Out of the book of Sirach, out of the Apocrypha, the Ecclesiasticus. Most High says, for in the division of the nations of the whole earth, dividing of the races, see, not all one nation, he set a ruler over every people. The ruler is the fallen angels. He set a ruler over every people, but Israel is a highest portion. That's why you go into history, you see every time the Israelites fail, we serve Baal, Satan. Satan loves to destroy the heritage of the Most High God, the Israelites. The other nations serve every other fallen angel, but Satan wanted his hands on God's possession. So that's why you go, let me say it last week, you go into all this archaeological stuff, you see Yahweh, you see the Tetragrammaton. They've been serving Satan. We fell to Satan, Baal, all through this Bible. Right now, we still serving Satan. Jehovah, Satan. You know? It's telling you, yes. Sirach chapter 17, verse 17. No. Let's get it.
The next precept, Deuteronomy chapter 12 and verse 23. And it reads,
I like your door. To why?
only be sure that thou eat not the blood, for the blood is the life.
I had to put that in there because we're dealing with food. The spirit, the soul is in the blood. We are not to eat the blood. Our food is to be well done when we cook it. It says, any man that eat blood, his soul, his blood will be required. Okay? We're not to eat blood, so don't listen to all that raw, that rare, and medium. No, well done. Okay? You can cook that thing up. You know what you're doing. This is tender. As you know, don't get tricked. We are not to eat blood or drink it. Hey, that thing, I get a steak and do my thing. Be quiet, wife, let me cook some steaks tomorrow or something. We cooked about 2 years. See, we talking about, get that steak up. Let's go.
It's like I lost the verse.
23.
23. The water. For the blood is the life, And thou mayest not eat the life with the flesh.
See? You're not to eat the soul, the spirit, the soul with the flesh. Okay? So if you eat that red stuff, leave stuff alone. Good. Because your father loves it. Good. So let's not get that. Huh? Yeah. Because we adopted the ways of the Gentiles. Okay? Good. Well done. You the first one it's rare I see from another nation, who don't like they stuff, Yeah. I go week all the time and somebody look like you, they want that stay raw. Blood, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. You know what I mean? Oh, tell you. Good. See, it's a reason you're here, brother. You're different. Let's go. 28.
Verse 28. Observe and hear all these words which I command thee.
So people out there, listen to the Most High, the creator of everything. Okay? This is the whole duty of men. Read.
That it may go well with thee.
Please.
Observe and hear all these words which I command thee.
Observe and hear all these words that we have spoken through the Spirit today. Why?
That it may go well with thee.
At the end. Read.
And with thy children after thee forever. When thou doest that which is good and right in the sight of Ahayah thy God. When Ahayah thy God shall cut off the nations from before thee, whither thou goest to possess them, and thou succeedest them, and dwellest in their land. Take heed to thyself, that thou be not snared by following them.
Take heed that we be no longer snared by following them. It's high time to awake out of sleep. Right? We know better now. We're teaching his children to wake out of sleep. Break loose from the bondage of sin. Read.
Take heed to thyself, that thou be not snared by following them. After that they be destroyed from before thee, and that thou inquire not after their gods, saying, how did these nations serve their gods?
See, we're not supposed to be dipping and dabbing and trying to see what the Africans doing, right? What the Chinese are doing, right? We're not even supposed to inquire about it. We're supposed to learn these laws and commandments and do them. Okay?
Even so will I do likewise. Thou shalt not do so unto Ahayah thy God, for every abomination to Ahayah which he hated have they done unto their gods.
Everything they do are abominations to the Most High. But see what he said? It's not just their way of life. It's to their gods. Their gods. They're not just, living just to be living. They're actually serving other gods. The things they do are the commandments of their God. And the difference between the nations and Israelites is the nations faithfully serve their gods. They do what their gods say do. We just don't. Right? Their gods tell them to be lawless and do this, and he blesses them. He gave them their kingdom. That's what he promised us. That's why we're fighting to try to get a little piece of their kingdom. But the kingdom right now is Satan's. Read.
For every abomination to Ahayah which he hated have they done unto their gods. For even their sons and their daughters they have burnt in the fire to their gods. What things soever I command you, observe to do it, that thou shalt not add thereto, nor diminish from it.
Thou shalt not add to, nor diminish from it. The Most High didn't say sexuality is okay. The Most High didn't say, that because you're single that you just subject to, be overcome with the spirit of fornication. He said, don't add nothing to it. Don't, let's get it. Genesis what?
28 and 22.
No, I read that.
Us.
That's another I have here.
Deuteronomy 12.
Did you go all the way down 32?
Yep.
Let me see. One more precept I think I had on here. Let me see. 12:8. Deuteronomy 12:8.
The next precept, Deuteronomy chapter 12 and verse 8.
This is what we are not to do, because this is why. That's what they don't add nothing to it. So you don't need to put your philosophy upon it. Your opinion on the Most High's law. Because why?
And it reads, you shall not do after all the things that we do here this day.
So you should not do after all the things that we do as it is today. The things that we're doing right now, we should not do them. Because what?
Every man whatsoever is right in his own eyes.
See, everything that we do right now, we think is right in our own eyes. The Most High said we are not to do these things. We've been convinced that the things, how you think you serve the Most High God is right according to how you feel, according to what you believe. It's not about what you believe, what you think, or how you feel. It's only about thus says the Most High. And with that concludes our lesson. And I pray that it was edifying, and for all those who did not know about the law, you take heed to what we just said today through the Spirit and see that there's nothing wrong with the laws. That's why the Most High said that, his law is not grievous. It's not hard. It's not hard not to sleep with your auntie. Not hard not to sleep with the beast. Right? It's not hard not to do your own will. Especially once you realize who the Most High God is and how much He loves you. These laws are for protection. These laws are to, He says, for us to do so we'll feel well at the end. So we will not get destroyed in hell. Because He does not delight in destroying anyone, but desire all to come to repentance and keep His laws and commandments and serve Him and not Satan. Love y'all. Shalom.
Shalom.